Hey guys, this is the Professor. I'd like to welcome you to Log Cabin Baking Mix Part 5. Today we're going to make mess kit pancakes. First of all, we've got 1 cup of our log cabin mix, and I've added to that 1 tablespoon of sugar. I'm going to mix it all up in our GI canteen cup today. So let's dump the dry ingredients in there. It always helps to keep your dry ingredients here in baggies. Having pre-measured at home saves a lot of time when you get out to the camp. Now, we're going to add to that a slightly beaten egg. Got the egg broken into my measuring cup here. We'll beat that up a little bit. Add that in. And to that, then, we're going to also add about 1 tablespoon of oil. Now, of course, the mix already contains some of the shortening with Crisco, but with pancakes it works a lot better to have additional oil because it makes your pancakes more tender, and besides it also helps them to keep from sticking. Now we're going to need some water to complete the mix here, so I'll just add a little bit out of my canteen, and we'll mix that up to make a batter with our fork. Once again, usually we don't need to measure with log cabin mix. What we do is kind of go by the consistency. And we want our batter to be pretty thin. For pancakes, we don't like it to be too thick because then they take a long time to cook and they kind of tend to burn on the bottom. Sometimes the inside is still a little raw. That's not the desired effect at all. So we'll mix up the batter. Okay guys, we're going to start baking our pancakes now. First of all, we're going to use a trivet. Leg's about 1.5 inches long. This keeps the pan up off of the coals a little bit. Well, for pancakes, we want that pan to be pretty hot. In fact, somewhere over 400 degrees is about the right temperature to bake pancakes. So we're going to get a shovel full of the hottest coals that we can get, and we're going to fill that up pretty much right to the top. We want those coals to be really hot. And we're going to put the griddle on a little bit, let it come up to temperature. The griddle today is going to be our GI mess kit. So first of all, we'll put that on, give it a shot of pan spray. If you don't have that out on the trail, of course what we can do there is just use a little bit more of the oil that we put in the pancakes a little bit ago. A little bit of oil helps it quite a bit. Once again, we're going to want that to be pretty hot. And one way we can test that is to kind of watch. You'll notice that the bottom of that gets really hot, turns a little bit dark, and you might even see a little wisp of smoke coming off of there. So we want to run that pancake pretty hot. Now we'll stir up our batter. As you can see here, our batter's pretty thin. We want that pretty thin for our pancakes. And we'll go ahead and pour our first one. I want to use all of the space in there because our muffins, or our pancakes rather, are going to turn out to be kind of long and oval. This is good because it'll get the whole bottom of the mess kit pan covered. Otherwise it tends to kind of burn in certain spots. Now, another thing I discovered here is we want to use a pretty good sized turner for these. A real small turner causes us some trouble because with these oblong pancakes, they're a little bit hard to get turned over. If you can't lift the whole thing up at once, what will happen is it'll fold in the middle and they won't be able to turn. So want to work at that. Now, of course, the secret to pancakes, just like cooking at home on the kitchen range, is to watch for the bubbles. As we begin to watch here, we'll notice that around the edges we start to see a few bubbles form. We want to watch for those bubbles to form out in the center, and as they're forming out in there, we'll know the bottom is about done. Okay, as you're baking your pancakes, once again, you want to keep hot coals under the pan. So if you notice that the browning begins to decline a little bit, what you want to do is to put another shovel full of hot coals under there to keep the temperature up. This one here is probably our best one so far, and so we're going to stop now and give them the taste test. Okay guys, our pancakes are finished up here. We're going to have the pancakes with a slice of Spam here today, and of course our pancakes wouldn't be complete without adding some log cabin syrup. And so this is the Professor, and I'll see you soon.